Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Draw with Rob. With me, where am I? There I am. With me, Rob Biddulph. There's Ringo, my little dog. Now I'm a children's author and illustrator. You might have seen some of my books before. Have you seen that one? It's called Kevin. It's about this little boy here called Sid who has an imaginary friend called Kevin. This is what Kevin looks like. That's a really fun story. Maybe you've seen my Dinosaur Juniors book. This is the second one. It's called Give Peas a Chance. This is Nancy here. Does anyone remember drawing Nancy? We did her a long time ago. She was one of the first ones, way back in April 2020. And there's Gregosaurus, of course, the very first Draw with Rob character. So check out my Dinosaur Juniors books. But we are here today, of course we are, to draw a picture together. Now, I thought it would be good to draw a picture from my brand new book, my newest book, and it's a novel. Look, it's like a proper chapter book with words, loads of words in it and everything. And it's just come out. It's only just come out on the 2nd of September, so a few days ago it came out, and it's published by Macmillan, and I'm so excited about this book. It's all about this character here called Peanut Jones who finds a magic pencil. Hang on, there we go. There's the pencil that she finds. And she realises that whatever she draws with this pencil becomes real. So if she draws a cake, she can pick up a slice of that cake and eat it. Or if she draws, I don't know, a football, she can pick it up out of the piece of paper and kick it around. So it really is a cool pencil. And she draws a door which she opens and goes through and finds herself in an illustrated city where she has all sorts of adventures with a whole cast of illustrated characters. And it's super fun. She's trying to find her dad. That's the main thrust of the story. And there's a bad guy called Mr. White who's trying to mono the entire illustrated city. Mono means to get rid of all the colour in the illustrated city because he wants to destroy creativity and art. So it is a fun story, if I do say so myself. And I thought, Peanut, she draws this door and she walks through. Let me see if I can find the bit. Look, she walks through the door that she draws and finds herself in this kind of illustrated land. You know, the trees are drawn of charcoal. You can see the sky looks like it's kind of painted on canvas. And one of the first characters that she meets is a little dog. There we go. I described the dog as a scribble of fur with legs and a tail. So this little dog, drawn from charcoal. There he is. And his name is Doodle. And I thought today I would show you how to draw Doodle the dog from the Peanut Jones book. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper. You are going to need a pencil or a pen, something to draw with. And that's it, really. There's not even, with Doodle's basically, I just need something black to draw with, really. So you don't even need any colour, really, for this one. So it's a very simple one. This is how Draw with Rob works, in case you've never done one before. We are going to do this drawing together step by step. So I'm going to break it down into little bite-sized pieces. The first of which I'll draw on my piece of paper. Then you can pause the video and just copy what I do. Start me up again, I'll draw the next bit of the drawing. Then you can pause me and copy what I do again. And it goes on like that. So I draw, then you draw, I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw. That's my little catchphrase, isn't it? There's even t-shirts with I draw, you draw on it. It's crazy, isn't it? But that's how it works. I draw, you draw, and at the end we end up with a lovely picture of Doodle the dog from the Peanut Jones books. Okay, let's start, shall we? So we're going to take our pen or pencil and we are going to start. So I want you to start sort of slightly in the top right area of your piece of paper, because we're going to sort of start up here and then we're going to go down to the rest of the paper here. And we are going to start quite simply with a straight line. Like that. Horizontal-ish. Mine's a bit sloping upwards, isn't it? But it's about, what do you think, 8 centimetres long? Something like that. Okay, then from the left-hand end, we are going to turn sort of 90 degrees. I'm not doing it too sharp, I'm doing it in a bit of a curve, and then we're going to head up the page towards the top, about that far. So slightly shorter line this time, maybe about 6 centimetres. Okay, maybe a bit more. Let's go up a bit higher. Let's go up to there. Why not? Go crazy. Okay, next, let's change direction very sharply, like that, and sort of make a sort of triangle shape up there. Okay, then from that point we're just going to go along a little bit, 1/2 centimetre, not very far at all. Then let's go up again in a sort of diagonal line and down. We're going to do 2 lines in this little bit, like that. So we made sort of 2 little mountain shapes with a horizontal line in between. Easy peasy so far, right? No problem at all. Okay, next we are going to draw another straight line. Can you see I'm sort of doing it slightly at an angle, like that. So it's slightly closer there than it is there. So they're sort of slightly coming together. And we're just going to go a little bit past that first line that we drew, okay? Because then we're going to turn 90 degrees, come down the page, and we're going to curve around to join them up to make a little shape. And look, I'm sure you can start to see our dog taking shape now. This is a kind of silhouette of Doodle the dog's head. We have 2 ears, and then this will be his nose, you see? Easy. Okay, should we give him some eyes? Should we let him see? Let's do that. This is easy. We're going to start here at this end, and we're going to draw quite a big circle, like that. Directly underneath the right ear. That's what I would say. And let's do another one next to it. Same size. Right next to it, almost touching in fact. In fact, let's do it touching. There we go. And let's wake him up. Now, because our dog, see that's the nose, our dog is facing that way. I've told you this before, but we want our dog to be looking straight at us. But if I did the eyes, the pupils right in the middle of the eyes, like that, it wouldn't look like he was looking straight at us. It would look like he was looking that way a bit. So what you have to do the pupils slightly left of centre. And look, makes it look like he's looking straight at us. So if you do them both just slightly left of centre like that, it looks like Doodle here is looking straight at us. Okay, remember this dog is an illustration. When Peanut first meets the dog, she says he's just, as I said, just a scribble of fur with legs and a tail. So because we are in an illustrated world, the actual character has been illustrated but is alive, is come to life. So that's why he sort of looks a bit cartoony. That's why both of his eyes are together like that. You see what I mean? Okay, let's give him a nose now. So the way that I do noses, excuse me, the way that I do noses is like this. We're going to put our pen or our pencil about 1 centimetre below that sharp corner there, and we're going to curve around up to the top like that. So we're just going to sort of make a little corner area. So a bit like the corner flag markings on a football pitch, if you know what a football pitch looks like. But then from the top here, I want you to curve around and just add a little swirly whirly bit. Anybody who's watched any of my videos knows how much I like to add swirly whirly bits to my drawings. That's how I do the insides of ears as well as nostrils and all that sort of thing. So this is a kind of stylized nostril-y thing there, okay? And that's going to be Doodle's nose. Now, time for the mouth. We're going to give him a lovely big smiley mouth. So about another centimetre below the nose we've just drawn, I want you to draw a line coming all the way along his head like that, and we're going to curve up just around the eye into that little gap like that, and that's going to be Doodle's lovely big smiley mouth. He's easy to draw, Doodle, really easy. Okay, next, from this part of the nose, so 1/2 centimetre in, we're just going to draw a line that goes straight down to join up with his mouth like that, because dogs always have that little line from their nose to their mouth, don't they? And then to the side of that, let's add 4 little dots for little whisker marks, and we'll just add 1 or 2 in there as well. There we go. Then inside the ears, I want you to draw little triangles, 1 like that and 1 like that. See, the good thing about drawing illustrated characters is that they're really simple to draw because they're illustrated. You know, when you're drawing a real dog, you can add lots of detail and shading and stuff because they're actual 3-dimensional objects. But this is a 3-dimensional object, but it's actually the original dog was drawing itself, so it makes it a bit easier for us to draw. Okay, you ready for the fun bit now? I'm going to take one of these pencils that I love to use, these big thick pencils, and I'm going to just go crazy because it's time to do Doodle's body now. And remember, I described him as a scribble of fur with legs and a tail. We are going to draw that scribble of fur right now. And this is how we do it. Fun, huh? We are just going to draw a big sort of circular-y load of scribble. Like that. About that sort of size. And sort of coming off to the bottom left side of that head. There we go. And it's nice. I like these pencils because I like keeping in that little pencil texture. So where the lines here sort of break up and they take on the texture of the paper, it just makes it really nice and illustrative. But do you know what I'm also going to do? I'm going to take my brush pen that I used to draw the head, and I'm just going to add a few little bits with that too, just to make it tie together with the style of the head. In fact, right in the middle of our scribble, I'm actually going to pretty much colour it in so it's almost solid, like that. There we go. So there's Doodle's body. Okay, now it's time to add some legs. Shall I use my brush pen? I think I will use my brush pen. It's running out a bit. I'm just testing on a bit of paper just out of shot. Okay, the legs, easy peasy. Straight line down, about that far. Another straight line down. 2 legs. Another straight line down. 3 legs. Guess what? Another straight line down. 4 legs. And that's it. You know me, I like to make things as simple as possible. They are Doodle's legs. So scribble of fur with legs and a tail. We need to give Doodle a tail. So what we're going to do, coming up here, he's going to be quite a nice waggy boy. We're going to add a kind of a upwards diagonally line, like that. I'm going to take my colour pencil here again. I'm just going to add a bit of scribble around that line, like that. And that's just going to be his tail. So Doodle, the dog, the hand-drawn, charcoal-drawn dog. That's it. That's all we're going to do, pretty much. Now, in the book, his face, he's a black dog. He's a totally black dog, but it's a bit tricky when we're drawing the outlines here to show you. So I'm going to colour him in with, I've got a watercolour pen here, and I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go over the top of all of my lines with this watercolour pen. Because you watch, as it dries a bit lighter. I'm going to leave the eyes white, obviously, but everything else I'm just going to go straight over the top of. And it will dry a bit lighter, so we'll still be able to see the lines that I drew through the watercolour paint. But he will look the right colour. He'll look black like the rest of his body. There we go. So watch that. See, over here it looks a bit kind of dark still, but watch, it dries lighter, a bit like magic. Okay, now, you know what I like to do down the bottom when a character is standing on the ground? I like to add a bit of scribble by their feet to make it look like they're standing on something. So I'm going to take my little, you can see how much I love this colour. Look how short the pencil is. They're meant to be this long, but that's how much I've used it. So I'm going to use this to do some scribbly shadow, just like that, very simply, just around the legs, where the feet are touching the floor. I've got a slightly darker version, which I haven't used quite as much, which I just used to add right in next to the feet, like that. There we go. It looks like he's standing on a surface. Specifically, it looks like he's standing in some snow, I think. Right, now, I'm going to take my little thin black pen now. Look at this, another one of my favourites. And as this is drying, I'm just going to add just a little bit of texture here in his head, just to make him look a little bit kind of furry, like that, just like that. So actually what I did when I was illustrating the book was the mouth and the nose and all those little bits, they were actually in white. Because I used a digital program to illustrate it, you can draw in white, and it's much more difficult to draw in white when you're drawing an actual piece of paper. I suppose I could have painted it white, but then there's all sorts of issues with it drying in time and stuff for a video. So that's why I've done it in black and sort of fudged it a little bit, I guess. But there we go. Oh my gosh. Look what I just did. Left-handed Rob strikes again. Bit of smudging going on. What a doofus. Not to worry. Oops. Not to worry at all. In fact, what do I say? When something goes a bit, doesn't quite go as planned, what do I say? You keep on going. So let's do this. Let's add, I'm going to disguise it by adding a little bit of sort of colour in the background. Like a little bit of sky, almost. Just to sort of disguise my big smudginess. We'll make make it a bit more of a total page coverer, this drawing. I don't want to colour it in really properly. I don't think it needs that, but maybe just a little suggestion of colour behind Doodle. Actually, I think it made it a better thing. See, sometimes you make a little mistake, or you smudge something, or you spill a bit of your tea on your drawing, and you just have to try and incorporate it into the drawing, don't you? And actually, in this case, I think it's made it a nicer piece. There we go. It's tied it into the colour of the shadow by his feet. I just need to wash my hand now and make sure I don't do any more smudging. And there we go, a finished Doodle. Wow, it's quite strange, isn't it, doing a Draw with Rob video where I don't need to go into super speed mode to do the colouring, because there isn't much colouring in this. I think this might be the first one I've ever had to do whereas there's been no super speed mode. So it just goes to show you how easy Doodle is to draw. What we've got to do, sign our drawings, that's right. Try to sign it without smudging it. There we go, Rob Biddulph. And that's it, that's how you draw Doodle from the Peanut Jones book. There we are, there's Doodle. Whoop, can you see? Doodle there, Doodle there. Easy peasy, isn't it? So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed drawing Doodle with me today. Why don't you take a picture of your drawing and get your grown-up to post it on social media using this hashtag #DrawWithRob. That way I'll get to see it. If you're watching on Facebook, just add your drawing to the comments below. I'll get to see those too. Yeah, and that's it really. I hope you've had fun. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn your notifications on. That way you'll know when I post a new Draw with Rob video. You'll get a little notification to tell you when it is. And also another way to know when the next video is coming out is to subscribe to my newsletter. So go to robbiddulph.com/news and type in your email address, and then you'll get an email telling you when the next video is coming out. Alternatively, just keep an eye out on all my social media posts. I'll try and give you plenty of notice. And don't forget, all of my Draw with Rob videos are available to watch whenever you like on my YouTube channel or on my website. So go back and do some that you've done again. It's always good fun to draw, whether you've drawn it before or not. So there you go. Right, that's all from me. I'm going to be back very soon with another video. In the meantime, everybody, take care, keep those pencils sharpened, keep on drawing, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. Just when you thought you got rid of me, here I am again, popping up at the end of your video, and I'm here to tell you all about the brand new Draw with Rob activity book. It's called Draw with Rob Monster Madness, and I think you're really going to like it. I mean, of course, inside you are going to meet him, her, don't forget about him, and of course my favourite, her. So listen, this book is full of puzzles. It's got lots of things where I've started off the drawing and you guys need to finish it off. We have got mix and match monster games in there. We've even got like a monster party invite kit for you to use for your own monster parties. As well as that, we've also packed it full of the regular draw-alongs, all of which you get a little picture frame you can do your drawing in, and there's perforated edges for you to tear the pages out, stick them up on your fridge or send them out to your relatives. And then of course, once you finish the book, you qualify for this exclusive monster artist certificate that you get to fill in, frame it and put it up on your wall. Now this book I think is perfect for any little monsters out there. And guess what? It's out now. You can get it right now from wherever you get your books. So go and have a look online, or better still, visit your local bookshop. Right, I'm going to go now properly, let you get on with your day. Thanks so much for drawing along with me. Don't forget, check out this book, and I'll see you soon. Bye everyone.